Hey guys, I'm Michael from eKids. It's so good to see you. We are going to have a new study. Are you guys ready? We're going to learn about Moses. Now some of us have learned a little bit about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then his son Joseph. And Joseph ends up going to become like the number 2 most powerful guy in all of Egypt.
Yep.
But something weird happens. Between Joseph and Moses, there are many, many years that happen, and the Hebrews end up becoming slaves to the Egyptians. I know, crazy. They go from being like in charge to being slaves. So that's not good. Something has to change.
That's a good point.
Well, we're going to find out the thing that changes is, well, Moses.
Yep, that makes sense.
God uses Moses to do some really cool things. We're going to learn the story about Moses. But as we're learning it, I also want to remind you to remember Deuteronomy 6:5. Check it out. I've got my Bible here, my Action Bible, and I have Deuteronomy 6:5. Yeah, you can see I have it highlighted right here. Let's read it.
And you must love the Lord your God with all of your heart and your soul and your strength.
Again, that's Deuteronomy 6:5. So what I want to think about is, well, how did Moses love God with all of his heart, all of his soul, and all of his strength? And what about the other characters in this story? Did they love God with all of their heart, all of their soul, and all of their strength? And how? How do we know? And then maybe there are some characters in the story that, well, didn't love God with all of their heart, all of their soul, and all of their strength. So let's figure that out. Also, I want to ask you a question. Are you ready? Do you love God with all of your heart, all of your soul, and all of your strength?
That's a good point.
And how? If someone were to write a story about you, would it show that you love God? So, and if so or if not, how can you show that you love God? If you were in the story that we're about to show, what would you do? How would you show God that you love him if you were in this story? So let's think about these things. Let's think about loving God, if the characters did or the characters didn't. Let's think about yourself, whether you do or you don't love God. And let's think about how the characters show it and how you can show it.
Sounds good.
I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Are you guys ready to watch the story?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
This is Moses,
Hey.
who was an Israelite born in Egypt in a time when Israelite boys were not supposed to live.
Wait, huh?
Moses, however, grew up in the palace of the Pharaoh, the very man who was enslaving the Israelite people. When Moses grew up, he made a big mistake.
Wow.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Yeah, I stabbed a man in the heart.
Moses.
Killed a guy.
Uh-oh.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You should find yourself a safe house or a relative close by. Lay low for a while because you're probably wanted for murder.
Wait. Hold on. Wow.
So Moses ran away from Egypt
Wow.
to the land of Midian.
Ah.
After many years, an angel of the Lord appeared to Moses and told him to go back to Egypt to free the Israelites. After much protesting, God granted Moses his brother Aaron to speak on his behalf.
Phew.
So Moses went to Egypt.
Here, move there.
And on his way there, he met Aaron, who was ready to do whatever God wanted him to do. The Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians, but God had a special plan for Moses.
Hey, everyone up. Huh?
After rallying God's people to them,
Yeah.
Moses and Aaron went to the Pharaoh.
Ahem.
And said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, has said. let my people go.
Shoot.
And Pharaoh made the Israelites work harder because of this.
Hey, where are you?
The foremen of the Israelite slaves were angry with Moses and Aaron for causing this trouble. So Moses cried out to God and asked why this was happening. But God said, "You will see what I will do. I am the Lord. I will deliver you from slavery."
Wow, okay. Hey.
Moses told this to the people,
Hey.
but they were so discouraged that they didn't listen to him.
Yeah, whatever.
God told Moses to go to Pharaoh and to do exactly as he said. So Moses and Aaron went to the Pharaoh.
Hey.
God told them to take the staff and throw it down before Pharaoh.
Huh?
Pharaoh was not impressed. He called his wise men and sorcerers, and they did the same thing.
Hooga, hooga.
But Aaron's staff swallowed up the sorcerer's staff. Yet Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he would not listen to them.
Shoot.
Just as God had said. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go to the banks of the Nile River and meet Pharaoh."
Hey, Pharaoh. Oh, man.
Moses and Aaron did just as God had said.
Oh.
But again, Pharaoh's magicians did the same miracle, and Pharaoh refused to let God's people go. So God sent 9 more plagues to Egypt to show his power. Even with all the suffering, Pharaoh's heart stayed hard, and he would not let the people go. On the night of the last plague, Pharaoh woke up and heard a great cry in Egypt.
Oh, no.
For there was not a house in Egypt where someone was not dead. Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and told him to be gone with the Israelites. So the Israelites left Egypt immediately and made their way to the Promised Land, taking with them many riches from Egypt, and they took Joseph's bones as they had promised him many years before. But after they had gone, Pharaoh changed his mind and readied his army to take back the Israelites. When the Israelites saw Pharaoh and his armies come, they were terrified. But God made a way for them. Through all of this, the Israelites saw the great power of their God, the one true God, and they put their trust in Moses, his servant.
I saw that.
Man. Guys, that one's hard for me. Let me tell you why it's hard.
Sounds good.
So, when I hear this story, there's something that I think about that I don't know what to do with, and maybe we can talk about it. With this Exodus, Moses deciding that he will follow God and do what God says, and he's going to help set people free. That's good, right? That's good. And then there's some plagues, some bad things start happening to these Egyptian people because they won't follow God. Okay. But then we get to that last plague. Guys, I don't know what to do with it. So you help me. If you remember what the last plague was, and they didn't say so much in the video, but let me kind of tell you a little bit more. What happened is God said, hey, if you put lamb's blood on your doorpost, I know that's weird, right? If you put lamb's blood on your doorpost, when the angel of God, when he passes over your house, he will pass over it. He won't stop there. But if you do not have it over your doorposts, then God will stop into your house and he would kill all the firstborn children. So like I am a firstborn child. That means I have a brother and I have a sister, but I'm the oldest. So God basically went over people's houses that decided to not put the blood on their house, and he killed the oldest children. That makes me sad. So I want to know what you think about that. What do you think? This is really hard for children your age. But what I want to do is I want you guys to think about the hard questions. We may not even figure out the answer today, but I want us to at least think about it so we can maybe start figuring it out for the future. Maybe these people, they deserve to die because they wouldn't do what God said. Maybe it's a tragedy and it's just very sad. I don't know. What do you guys think? As we've been studying Deuteronomy 6:5, love God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. Is it sometimes difficult to love God when you read stories like this? Does it make it harder to love God with all your heart and all your soul and all your strength? And if it does, how do you get through that? When bad things happen, how do you find a way, children, to still love God? That's a really important thing that I'd really like to talk to you guys about away from the video. Like, let's talk to your mom and dad about it. Let's talk to your teachers about it, and let's think about it. You know, how do we love God even when things don't seem to be right, even when things seem wrong? How do we still love God? So let's talk about it. I'm gonna stop the video for now. Let's talk. I love you guys. Bye.
See ya!